Rahu in the 12th house. Of all Rahu placements, this is a Rahu placement which can give you the most trouble. And that's because in the 12th house, Rahu is placed in a position which is only technically inside the chart. But in all practicality, the 12th house is representative of everything which is in the other dimension. Isolated spaces, foreign lands, sleep, sex, your subconscious, spiritual experiences, ashrams, all of that is represented by the 12th house. And Rahu in the 12th is essentially an energy that is pointing towards the crown chakra, that is pointing towards the other world. If anybody has this placement, then their soul in this lifetime has chosen the path of discovery of everything that is beyond what is normal. That is beyond what is quite often acceptable. Rahu in the 12th house shows that your soul across previous lifetimes was possibly too focused on matters of routine, matters of struggle, debt, work, health. Because you've got Ketu in the 6th. This placement can also show that you have brought forth some specific karmic backlogs from previous lifetimes. But in this lifetime, your soul's journey is to release all of this and go beyond the material plane. This is a placement that makes a person very curious about the other dimension and makes a person very curious about occult, spirituality, foreign travels. Because the mind here cannot be stabilized in the everyday routine. The mind here is not seeking to be stabilized either. The mind here is searching for release. And this release is not restricted to just the mind, but even to the body, to the whole understanding of how life is to be lived. These people, they grow tired of things after a while. So if you have this placement and you have trouble staying in a routine, you have trouble maintaining a schedule, stop trying to do that. You're not meant to do that in this lifetime. What you're meant to be free. In previous lifetimes, you were possibly too focused on what needed to be done, and that was what kept you bound in a life that did not necessarily feel yours, or did not even feel that you had asked for this life. You felt enslaved in a previous lifetime. In this lifetime, you have to search for freedom. That's what this placement is. This placement is about a search for freedom. And freedom begins in the mind. You have to work throughout your life to free yourself from the things that you believe in strongly. You have to reinvent yourself. This placement can quite often also give a foreign settlement, changes in careers, as in huge changes in careers. Let's say a person was working as an accountant for, like 12 to 15 years, and they suddenly decide, I don't want to do this, to hell with this job, I want to do something else with my life. And then they go and they, start an adventure sporting company or something of that sort. Completely different. Okay? This placement will demand that you learn how to connect to the other realm in a conscious manner. Because there is a lot of unconscious energy of escapism here, which can give you addictions, which can give you unpleasant experiences in life. This is one of the placements that can give you mental health problems. It can also give you nightmares, night terrors, all sorts of mental health issues and ailments, because it is concerned with releasing and letting go. This placement alone is, it's very difficult to put it into a box and collect a set of characteristics and offer guidance, because this placement it will defy any pattern that is there. You will see doctors with this placement, you will see mental patients with this placement, you will see politicians with this placement, you will see actors with this placement, you will see singers with this placement, you will see hoteliers with this placement. It's very difficult to just pin a set of professions or fields of work or lines of work or specialities with this placement, because this Rahu placement is here to teach you that you cannot put your life in a box. And if you are willing to work with this placement can also give you a very unique expression that is admired by a lot of people. Johnny Depp has this placement. And so, he has gone through difficulties in his life. He lost his father early. He lived a very free sort of life until he just about, somehow found himself in acting. He got a career, he did well. With Jack Sparrow, he just invented a character that just completely blew up. And then he had to release that franchise to the point that he made a promise to himself and Disney that even if you give me $1 million or, whatever the obscene amounts that they were offering, I am never doing another Pirates of the Caribbean movie with you. This happened all because of the Amber Heard trial. So these sort of experiences will come in your life where you will be forced to let go and release things that are close to your heart. This placement can quite often cause humiliation, because the things that you need to let go, your reputation is also a part of that. If you try to hold things together too much, if with this placement you're trying to hold on to things too much, Rahu is going to take those things away from you. He is going to destroy those things. Because Rahu here is trying to tell you, understand, my friend, understand, none of this is real. There is a spiritual truth that exists, and that spiritual truth is beyond anything that you can think of, anything that you can imagine, anything that you can put into words. Real spiritual knowledge goes outside the understanding of the mind. True spiritual knowledge is about understanding freedom. It's about understanding that life itself, no matter how well structured, is an anomaly. Those two molecules of, the building blocks of life that we call, they may well have not interacted with each other, and life may not have formed. Life formed as a result of the first two molecules, of amino acids somehow interacting with each other in some way that it propagated life. That may well have never happened. And there is no way to predict if it will happen again in some other galaxy, on some other planet. There is no way to predict if life ends on Earth, will there ever be life again? You cannot predict, you cannot put these things into a box. That is what Rahu is trying to tell you here. It can give you a lot of fascination for horror movies, ghosts, possessions, things like that. But that is only at a very immature level. At a mature level, this is a person who will truly master spiritual wisdom. So that is not going to happen with you forcing yourself to conform to the ways of society. You are not meant to do that. The more you focus on conforming to the ideas and conceptions of society, the more you will suffer with displacement, because that's Ketu in the 6th. Ketu in the 6th is like, man, what the hell are you doing here? This is not where you're supposed to be. Go towards Rahu. And the 12th house is actually a beautiful house. Venus is exalted in the 12th house. Jupiter's own house. That's for a reason. And what is that reason? That reason is Venus represents love. So it's exalted in the 12th house. It's exalted in the sign of Pisces, because true love is the understanding that true love is freedom. True love does not seek to possess. True love does not seek to control. True love is setting free. Jupiter owns the sign of Pisces. And in the 12th house, Jupiter is in his own house, no matter what sign he's sitting in. Because Jupiter is about wisdom, is about knowledge. Yes, Jupiter also owns the sign of Sagittarius and the house, the 9th house. But the sign of Pisces, the 12th house, is Jupiter's energy of understanding the fact that true wisdom, true knowledge, after everything has been taught to you by your gurus, your teachers, everything has been learnt the traditional way, a lot of learning you need to understand is unlearning what you already know, because that is what forms the basis of wisdom. This placement is here to make you wise, and wisdom does not come easy. Wisdom comes through making mistakes. Wisdom comes through releasing your misconceptions about life, how things should be done, what happiness should mean to you. Oh, I'll be happy when all my kids are living with me, when my spouse is doing well in his career, I have a great house, I have a great car, my pets are healthy, then I'll be happy. You'll never be healthy that way, happy that way. If you want to find true happiness, true fulfillment, it is going to come with you understanding and releasing that you cannot own happiness in life on your own terms. You can make a decision to be happy, to be fulfilled with whatever you have, and then it will begin to multiply. But if you hold on too tightly of how things should be, that's a recipe for disaster. Because Rahu here in the 12th, if you do not master this energy, and this is what exactly makes this placement very difficult, Rahu in this placement can give you financial losses, accidents, health problems, all sorts of things that you can imagine, burglaries, all sorts of things. That's not meant to hurt you. That's meant to get you to release your grasp over life, over world, over creation, and to understand that it is in surrendering that you are going to discover the true meaning of life and existence. Not unless you surrender will the reality of how things are, your purpose, your soul's purpose, your desires, how they should be fulfilled, how you're meant to fulfill them, what your destiny is. None of these things are going to be revealed to you unless you first surrender to the universe. Because you may have something in mind with respect to what you want from life, and life may have something better to provide. But holding on too tightly to the way that you want things to be, that you expect things to be, closes you up to the gifts that the universe has to offer. That's the message here. That's the spiritual lesson here. Now obviously, every placement has its merits and demerits. This is one of the placements where I don't really, fall shy of actually expressing what it is, because you need to know. If it means some few things bad, well, you should know them as well. Because if you can adjust your energy, those bad things can be avoided. So, one of the problems here is that a person can become actionless. A person can try and find that things do not happen the way that they want them to happen because Rahu is in the 12th, and then instead of understanding what they need to release and let go, these people can sometimes stop taking interest in even the basic things required to do for sustenance. They will stop taking care of their health, they will stop taking care of their finances, they will stop taking care of the house, they will stop taking care of everything that needs to be taken care of, because they will simply ask the question, what's the point? If I do not have a control, then what's the point? If I cannot control my life and the minute things associated with it that I have somehow associated with my idea of happiness, what is the point? That's the question here. The point is to understand that after everything has been done, after everything has been worked towards, after anything that you can imagine you've done, you've put into what you want to manifest in life, the most important thing is for you to let go. And with this placement, letting go is after you've done the work, after you've, don't stop co-creating with the universe. After you've done all of that, let go, release that desire. When you release it, it will come to you. When you hold on to it, you are acting from the energy of Ketu in the 6th. Trying to maintain things, trying to hold on to things. That is when Rahu is going to act out and give you a lot of stress, overthinking, problems with sleep, problems in even being able to connect with the higher realms, thinking even if, is there even a God? This placement can also make you excessively spiritual. So balance is something which is very difficult to find with this placement. It's tough to find a balance. What you have to learn to do in this lifetime is to go with the flow of things. This brings me to a very interesting example, that of Justin Bieber. You see how Justin Bieber reinvented his career. He started off with great tracks, baby, 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 oh, it became completely popular and a hit and everything, but then his image that he portrayed, the way that he created his music, still found a lot of criticism because, people doubted his ability as an artist to create something great. It's when he collaborated with DJ Snake, started making those great tracks, Let Me Love You, that sort of a music, that his popularity shot up. Okay, so if you have this placement, you need to stop focusing on the how. Focus on the why. That's all you need to do. There is nothing that this placement cannot give you. But this placement can be held for you if you are going against what this placement is pointing out towards your life purpose and destiny to be, which is what? Which is learning to release, learning to let go, learning to surrender, learning to not conform to people's rules, learning to go with the flow and do things your own way. Set targets, create lists, make a plan, but then learn how to improvise along the way as well. Learn how to indulge, learn how to enjoy life, because 12th house is also indulgences. Okay? And if you can do that, then this can give you great results round about the age of 40-42 when Rahu matures. Because then by that time you will realize, okay, these are the things that I'm not supposed to let go, because letting these things go will sacrifice even my basic sustenance on planet Earth. For example, you have to take care of your body. But Should you be angry at yourself for not following through with your plan for yoga or changing that plan and then going to do something else? No. The point is to stay fit. How you stay fit is not something that you're supposed to fuss about. So what? Do yoga 2 days a week, then you go swimming, then play some tennis, go cycling, go jogging, do something else. Go with the flow of how you feel. Be true to yourself. Be authentic to how you feel at an emotional level. Keep your eye fixed on the bigger picture, but learn to improvise, adapt, overcome, and iterate the specifics. Okay? That is what is the lesson here that you need to master, that you need to learn. Okay? So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss one of the wonderful videos that I post here. Push the bell icon so that you'll be notified every single time I post. If you want a personal session with me, you can check out the link given in the description box. It'll take you to my website and you can fill up the form. I'll get back to you as soon as I get it, give you an appointment. Okay? Thank you so much. Take care. Hari Om.